The transfer portal's on fire. It's on fire, and the blaze is only getting higher. We've got big moves already. I don't even know if it's even officially open. I just know that we got big moves being made, and so I'm going to try my best on this show to remind you, we told you this was coming, and it hasn't even crescendoed yet. Trust me, we got some big names already, but it's going to get a lot worse or better depending on how sadistic you are and how much you love this. Big moves so far. I got some quarterbacks that I want you to keep an eye on. Jeff Sims is in the portal now. Jeff Sims was the quarterback at Georgia Tech. It looks like Brent Key, I believe, has gotten that job. But Jeff Sims is in the portal. Now, it should be noted, just because you go in the portal doesn't mean you have to go anywhere. You could just come right back out of it. So I don't know how that's going to work itself out. I know that there's a lot of chatter in the football industry, football world, that Jeff Sims is a guy who could go somewhere and just explode. A lot of people think he's got a skill set that if it's married with the right offense, he could explode. Cade McNamara is announcing his intention to enter the portal. That was the 1A, 1B starter at quarterback with J.J. McCarthy at Michigan early this year. He started for him last year. He's got starting experience. He's been on a Big Ten championship team. He's been on a college football playoff team. He's entering the portal. The guy's got 3,100 yards to his name, 21 touchdowns, 7 picks during his 3 seasons. He is going to be a very valuable pickup for someone. Hudson Card is leaving Texas, or at least it looks like he's leaving Texas. That's the guy who started parts of last year and then got beat out by Quinn Ewers, and then Ewers goes down, so he plays again sparingly this year. Hudson Card's got himself some starting experience. Hudson Card's going to go somewhere and be a big-time pickup for someone. And not to be overlooked, at Ole Miss today, I don't think some of you are aware of this, Luke Altmaier hopped in the portal. I don't think this happened today, maybe yesterday. He got beat out by Jackson Dart in the spring. Remember, as recently as the spring in Oxford, the thought amongst insiders was Jackson Dart has not taken this job. Luke Altmaier is going to have this job. Not a bad quarterback. And certainly when you think about what you're looking at in the portal, you're looking for fit. Okay, this is not high school. You're not looking, oh, he's 3-star, oh, he's 4-star, oh, we've already seen him play in college football. So you know the strengths, you know the weaknesses, you know your program and how you can develop and your personnel. So it's a little bit different when you go fishing in the portal. Dante Thornton has entered the portal. That's one of the receivers at Oregon. This is a big-time player. This is going to be one that you watch kind of like the Mario Williams sweepstakes when he went in. Jordan Addison went in. I'm not saying this is quite a Biletnikoff level player. I'm saying this is the kind of guy who could go to someone's offense and explode. I thought he was a really good player, really physical player too, for Oregon this year. Honestly, kind of surprised me that he went in the portal. Trey Sanders, remember that name? Trey Sanders was the #1 running back in the country several years ago, and he goes to Bama, and he got in a car wreck and was injured pretty bad. And he came back, and he's played some, but they are loaded. I mean, their running back room is just so loaded that he has not ever become a feature back there again. A lot of folks in Tuscaloosa are pulling for him. This is a guy, I will guarantee you, as soon as he told Nick Saban what his intentions were, Nick Saban patted him on the shoulder and said, I'm going to do everything I can to help you. Tell me who you want me to call. You got my full endorsement. Because Saban knows 2 things. He's a very good player, been a model citizen there, and he's probably not quite at the skill level post-injury to be able to start there given their talent roster. Most people don't have Bama's talent roster. So, Jerome Ford, for example, is a running back that once transferred from Bama. He started against him in the playoff last year. He went to Cincinnati. He started at running back and had a phenomenal season. So I hope for Trey Sanders, because I pull for him. I like him. So I hope that he's able to go do that. There's a lot of future movement coming. Okay, the first window to enter the portal officially is December 5th. So you may be asking, well, what do you mean? You just told me a bunch of guys are in it. No, they've announced their intention to jump in it. It doesn't really happen for, another 6 or 7 days, but it's coming. Remember, some guys are going to jump in the portal because they want to go elsewhere. There are also going to be portal dippers, and this is something that I've had spoken to me about from coaches for a little while now. A lot of coaches expect a big chunk of their roster to go in the portal, not even really intending to leave. They just want to field offers, NIL offers. And free agency is also what you could call that. every year, and they want to also take a look back at their own program and say, okay, let's go to the bargaining table. We last bargained when I was a senior in high school. Now I'm about to be a sophomore in college. Let's bargain. And then you're going to do it again when I'm a junior. And then you're going to do it again when I'm a senior. And I work on 2-year contracts around here. College kids, even better position than me, just 1-year contracts. So if you want to call it a contract, I think there are going to be a lot of guys that freak you out. There are going to be big names. I'm just warning you ahead of time. There are big names on your team that are going to jump in the portal, and you're going to lose your mind, and you're going to call them selfish, and you're going to call them all kinds of names on Twitter and message boards that you're going to have to delete, because 3 weeks later, they're going to come right back home with a few more dollars in their pocket and an extra bedroom added on to mom's house down in Sarasota, and you're going to say, I didn't mean any of that. Hey, you know how we are. We just get carried away. We're still bros, right? And they don't know who you are, so don't bother asking them that. It's going to be a wild time. If you're a head coach right now, think about this. Some of them have conference championship games coming up. Then they're going to be in the playoff. Oh, and by the way, they're trying to lock down a recruiting class while they also recruit their own roster and fish in the transfer portal. You could have 1 million folks on your staff, and your staff is not big enough. Like I said, I think this is going to last 2 years, 2, maybe 3 years, and then conferences are going to get in the NIL business, and you are going to know securely through revenue sharing, through media rights deals, that you're getting a certain percentage guaranteed to you just because you're in the SEC, just because you're in the Big Ten, just because you're in the Pac-12 or Big 12, ACC too. And you're not going to have the revolving door quite to the degree you have now. Kids will still transfer. I don't think it will be a flood of them every year. That's in the future though, and I do as good a job as I can of just talking about what I see now, so far be it for me to predict the future. Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure to leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.